Cantos 27 to 35 of Book 5 of the Ramayana of Valmiki, translated by Ralph D. H. Griffith. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Om123. Canto 27, Trijata's Dream. Their threats unfeared, their counsels pawned, the demon's breasts with fury burned. Some sought the giant king to bear the tale of Sita's fixed despair. With threats and taunts renewed, the rest around the weeping lady pressed. But Trijata, of softer mould, a Rakshas matron wise and old, with pity for the captive moved, in words like these the fiends reproved. Me, she cried, eat me, but spare the spouse of Dasarath's heir. Last night I dreamt a dream, and still the fear and awe my bosom chill. For in that dream I saw foreshown our race by Rama's hand overthrown. I saw a chariot high in air, of ivory exceeding fair. 100 steeds that chariot drew, as swiftly through the clouds it flew. And clothed in white, with wreaths that shone, the sons of Raghu rode thereon. I looked and saw this lady here, clad in the purest white appear, high on the snow-white hill whose feet the angry waves of ocean beat. And she and Rama met at last, like light and sun when night is past. Again I saw them side by side, on Ravan's car they seemed to ride, and with the princely Lakshman flee to northern realms beyond the sea. Then Ravan, shaved and shorn, besmeared with oil from head to foot, appeared. He quaffed, he raved, his robes were red, fierce was his eye and bare his head. I saw him from his chariot thrust, I saw him rolling in the dust. A yeoman came and dragged away the stricken giant where he lay, and on a car which asses drew, the monarch of our race she threw. He rose erect, he danced and laughed, with thirsty lips the oil he quaffed. Then with wild eyes and streaming mouth spat on the chariot to the south. Then dropping oil from every limb, his sons the princes followed him. And Kumbhakarn, shaved and shorn, was southward on a camel borne. Then royal Lanka reeled and fell, with gate and tower and citadel. This ancient city far renowned, all life within her walls was drowned, and the wild waves of ocean rolled over Lanka and her streets of gold. Warned by these signs I bid you fly, or by the hand of Rama die, whose vengeance will not spare the life of one who vexed his faithful wife. Your bitter taunts and threats forego, comfort the lady in her woe, and humbly pray her to forgive, for so you may be spared and live. I omit the 28th and 29th cantos as an unmistakable interpolation. Instead of advancing the story, it goes back to Canto 27, containing a lamentation of Sita after Ravan has left her, and describes the auspicious signs sent to cheer her, the throbbing of her left eye, arm, and side. The canto is found in the Bengal recension. Gorisio translates it and observes, I think that chapter 28, the auspicious signs, is an addition, a later interpolation by the rhapsodists. It has no bond of connection either with what precedes or follows it, and may be struck out not only without injury to, but positively to the advantage of the poem. The metre in which this chapter is written differs from that which is generally adopted in the course of the poem. Canto 30, Hanuman's Deliberation. The banner watched concealed each word of Sita and the fiends he horde, and in a mage of anxious thought his quick-conceiving bosom wrought. At length my watchful eyes have seen, pursued so long the Metal Queen, sought by our banner hosts in vain, from east to west, from main to main. A cautious spy have I explored the palace of the Rakshas lord, and thoroughly learned, concealed from sight, the giant monarch's power and might. And now my task must be to cheer the royal dame who sorrows here. For if I go and soothe her not, a captive in this distant spot, she, when she finds no comfort nigh, will sink beneath her woes and die. How shall my tale, if consoled, I leave her, be to Rama told? How shall I answer Raghu's son? No message from my darling, none. The husband's wrath, to fury fanned, will scorch me lifeless where I stand. Or if I urge my lord the king to Lanka's isle his hosts to bring, in vain will be his jail, in vain the toil, the danger, and the pain. Yea, this occasion must I seize, that from her god the lady frees, to win her ear with soft address, and whisper hope in dire distress. Shall I a puny banner choose, the Sanskrit man delight to use, if as a man of Brahman kind I speak the tongue by rules refined, the lady, yielding to her fears, will think it is Ravan's voice she hears. I must assume my only plan, the language of a common man. Yet if the lady sees me nigh, in terror she will start and cry, and all the demon band, alarmed, will come with various weapons armed. With their wild shouts the grove will fill, and strive to take me or to kill. And at my death or capture dies the hope of Rama's enterprise. For none can leap, save only me, 100 leagues across the sea. It is a sin in me, I own, to talk with Janak's child alone. Yet greater is the sin if I be silent and the lady die. First I will utter Rama's name, and laud the hero's gifts and fame. Perchance the name she holds so dear will soothe the faithful lady's fear. Canto 31. Hanuman's Speech. Then in sweet accents low and mild, the banner spoke to Janak's child. A noble king, by sin unstained, the mighty Dasarath reigned, lord of the warrior's car and steed, the pride of old Ikshaku's seed. A faithful friend, a blameless king, protector of each living thing, a glorious monarch strong to save, blessed to the bliss he freely gave. His son, the best of all who know the science of the bended bow, was moonbright Rama, brave and strong, who loved the right and loathed the wrong, who never from kingly duty swerved, loved by the lands his might preserved. His feet the path of law pursued, his arm rebellious foes subdued. His sire's command the prince obeyed, and banished sought the forest shade, where with his wife and brother he wandered a saintly devotee. There, as he roamed the wilds, he slew the bravest of the Rakshas crew. The giant king the prince beguiled, and stole his consort Janak's child. Then Rama roved the country round, and a firm friend Sugriva found, lord of the Banner race expelled from his own realm which Bali held. He conquered Bali and restored the kingdom to the rightful lord. Then by Sugriva's high decree the Banner legions searched for thee. Sampati's counsel bade me leap 100 leagues across the deep, and now my happy eyes have seen at last the long-sought metal queen. Such was the form, the eye, the grace of her whom Rama bade me trace. He seized her flowing locks, she drew, to shield her from a stranger's view. Then, trembling in her wild surprise, raised to the tree her anxious eyes. Canto 32. Sita's Doubt. Her eyes the metal lady raised, and on the monkey speaker gazed. She looked, and trembling at the sight, wept bitter tears in wild affright. She shrank awhile with fear distraught, then nerved again, the lady thought, "Is this a dream mine eyes have seen? This creature by our laws unclean? Oh, may the gods keep Rama still, and Lakshman and my sire from ill! It is no dream, I have not slept, but travel-worn have watched and wept, afar from that dear lord of mine, for whom in ceaseless woe I pine. No art may soothe my wild distress, or lull me to forgetfulness. I see but him, my lips can frame no syllable but Rama's name. Each sight I see, each sound I hear, brings Rama to mine eye or ear. The wish was in my heart, and hence the sweet illusion mocked my sense. It was but a phantom of the mind, and yet the voice was soft and kind. Be glory to the eternal Sire, be glory to the Lord of Fire, the mighty teacher in disguise, and Indra with his 1,000 eyes. And may they grant the truth to be, even as the words that startled me. Canto 33. The Colloquy. Down from the tree Hanuman came, and humbly stood before the dame. Then joining reverent palm to palm, addressed her thus with words of balm. Why should the tears of sorrow rise, sweet lady, to those lovely eyes, as when the wind-swept river floods two half-expanded lotus buds? Who art thou, O most fair of face, of Asur or celestial race? Did Nagamada gave thee birth? For sure thou art no child of art. Do Rudras claim that heavenly form, or the swift gods who ride the storm? Or art thou Rohini the blest, that star more lovely than the rest? Reft from the moon thou lovest well, and doomed awhile on earth to dwell. Or canst thou, fairest wonder, be the starry queen Arundhati, fled in thy wrath or jealous pride from her dear lord Vasistha's side? Who is the husband, father, son, or brother, O thou loveliest one, gone from this world in heaven to dwell, for whom those eyes with weeping swell? Yet by the tears those sweet eyes shed, yet by the art that bears thy tread, by calling on a monarch's name, no goddess but a royal dame. Art thou the queen, fair lady, say, whom Ravan stole and bore away? Yea, by that agony of woe, that form unrivalled here below, that votive garb thou art, I ween, King Janak's child and Rama's queen. Hope at the name of Rama woke, and thus the gentle lady spoke. I am that Sita, wooed and won by Dasarath's royal son, the noblest of the Ikshaku's line, and every earthly joy was mine. But Rama left his royal home in Dandak's tangled wilds to roam, where with Sumitra's son and me he lived a saintly devotee. The giant Ravan came with guile, and bore me thence to Lanka's isle. Some respite yet the fiend allows, 2 months of life to Rama's pause. 2 moons of hopeless woe remain, and then the captive will be slain. Canto 34, Hanuman's Speech. Thus spoke the dame in mournful mood, and Hanuman his speech renewed. O lady, by thy Lord's decree, I come a messenger to thee. Thy Lord is safe with steadfast friends, and greeting to his queen he sends. And Lakshman, ever faithful, bows his reverent head to Rama's spouse. Through all her frame the rapture ran, as does again the dame began. Now verily the truth I know of the wise saw of long ago. Once only in 100 years, true joy to living man appears. He marked her rapture beaming hue, and nearer to the lady drew. But at each onward step he took, suspicious fear her spirit shook. Alas, alas, she cried in fear, false is the tale I joyed to hear. It is Ravan, it is the fiend, who tries to mock me with a new disguise. If thou, to wring my woman's heart, hast changed thy shape by magic art, and wouldst the helpless dame beguile, the wicked deed is doubly vile. But no, that fiend thou canst not be, such joy I had from seeing thee. But if my fancy does not err, and thou art Rama's messenger, the glories of my Lord repeat, for to these ears such words are sweet. The banner knew the lady's thought, and gave the answer fondly sought. Bright as the sun that lights the sky, dear as the moon to every eye, he scatters blessings over the land, like bounties from Vaishravan's hand. Like Vishnu strong and unsubdued, unmatched in might and fortitude, wise, truthful as the Lord of speech, with gentle words he welcomes each. Of noblest mould and form is he, like love's incarnate deity. He quells the fury of the foe, and strikes when justice prompts the blow. Safe in the shadow of his arm, the world is kept from scathe and harm. Now soon shall Ravan rue his theft, and fall of realm and life bereft. For Rama's wrathful hand shall wing his shafts against the giant king. The day, O my tell queen, is near, when he and Lakshman will be here, and by their sides Sugriva lead his countless hosts of banner breed. Sugriva's servant I by name, Hanuman by his order came. With desperate leap I'd crossed the sea, to Lanka's isle in search of thee. No traitor, gentle dame, am I, upon my word and fate rely. Canto 35, Hanuman's Speech. With joyous heart she heard him tell of the great Lord she loved so well, and in sweet accents soft and low spoke, half forgetful of her woe. How didst thou stand by Rama's side? How came my Lord and thou allied? How met the people of the Ood with men on terms of brotherhood? Declare each grace and regal sign that decks the lords of Raghu's line. Each circumstance and look relate, tell Rama's form and speech and gait. Thy fear and doubt, he cried, dispelled, hear, lady, what mine eyes beheld. Hear the imperial signs that grace the glory of Ikshaku's race. With moon-bright face and lotus eyes, most beautiful and good and wise, with sun-like glory round his head, long-suffering as the earth we tread, he from all foes his realm defends, yea, over the world his care extends. He follows right in all his ways, and never from royal duty strays. He knows the law that strengthens kings, his heart to truth and honor clings. Each grace and gift of form and mind adorns that prince of humankind, and virtues like his own and due his brother ever firm and true. Over all the land they roamed distraught, and thee with vain endeavour sought, until at length their wandering feet trod wearily on our wild retreat. Our banished king Sugriva spied the princes from the mountain side. By his command I sought the pair, and led them to our monarch there. Thus Rama and Sugriva met, and joined the bonds that knit them yet, when each besought the other's aid, and friendship and alliance made. An arrow launched from Rama's bow laid Bali dead, Sugriva's foe. Then by commandment of our Lord, the banner hosts each land explored. We reached the coast, I crossed the sea, and found my way at length to thee. End of Cantos 27 to 35.